Josh's Fishing has asked me, "Hey Robbie, great video as always." Thanks Josh, you're a champion. Any chance you could make a video on camera gear and what you use to film your videos? Thanks Robbie, great work. Well Josh, today is your lucky day. Now in this lockable, bomb-proof, bulletproof, waterproof case is some of my camera gear. Well, it's most of the camera gear that I use for my YouTube videos. There are a couple of other things that I use which I'll talk about. And here we go. We've got tripods, different cameras, batteries, the whole lot. I'll switch cameras and then we'll run through all this one by one and I'll talk you through what I use. Now I've switched cameras to a different camera and I'll show you the camera that I'm using last. I've also switched to this microphone in the hope that it's not too echoey. I'm sitting in a little shelter here, a picnic shelter at the Winton Wetlands. I filmed a few videos here over the years, a few tutorials and a cooking video. That's just a good shelter. It's a shelter from the sun at the moment. And on a wet day, it's a good shelter from the rain. But it does get a bit echoey with that iron roof. So hopefully this microphone can remove some of that echo. Now, I'm going to go bit by bit. I'm going to break down this case and I'm going to show you everything that I use. And then at the very end, I'm going to show you the camera that I'm filming on, and it's an awesome camera. Before I start, just a couple of things to mention. I have a lot of cameras. You do not need to have this many cameras. This is my job, this is my living. These are the tools of my trade. Just like a builder has more than one hammer, or a mechanic has more than one wrench or one spanner, I have more than one camera. These are my tools and I use them for my job, which is creating YouTube videos for you guys to enjoy. So you don't need this many cameras, nor do you need the best quality camera. There's a saying, and I've manipulated it. I say that restriction is the mother of creativity. In other words, the more restricted you are, the less gear you've got, the more creative you'll be, and you'll still make really good content with just one camera. Anyway, let's get started and I'll talk you through what I've got, why I've got it and what I use it for. This is my current #1 shooter. I call this my main shooter. This is the DJI Osmo 5, Osmo Action 5, and it is an absolute powerhouse. It's got incredible stabilization, it's got built-in memory, and it's got amazing low light performance. I upgraded from this to this, from this. This is the DJI Osmo Action 4, itself a very good camera. The difference is the new 5 has much better low light capability and it has built-in memory. I think it's about 30 or 40 gigabytes. So if I forget my memory card, I've still got it covered. I can still film. If I forget my memory card with this, I'm screwed, and I have done that. So my main shooter, my main camera for filming is the DJI Osmo Action 5, but before that it was the Action 4. Now if you're in the market for an action camera to film your fishing adventures or any kind of video, I highly recommend the DJI 4 if you're on a budget, because it's been superseded, which means it's been replaced by a new model, the DJI 5. Because it's been replaced, these will be a bit cheaper now to clear them out so that they can sell more of these. Now's a good time to buy a DJI 4. Before the 4, I used this one. Looks the same, doesn't it? This is a DJI Osmo Action 3. And I upgraded from the 3 to the 4 because the 4 has got a bigger image sensor than the 3. Only slightly bigger, but it's big enough to make it better in low light. I can see a theme here. I upgraded from the 3 to the 4 because of better low light performance, and then from the 4 to the 5 because of better low light performance, but also because I can use microphones and it's better in low light and it has a built-in memory. That's a big selling point for me. I believe you can use the microphones with the 4, but only one. I think I can actually use 2 with the 5, so that if I'm fishing with a friend, I can mic them up as well. But all three, the 3, the 4 and the 5, highly recommended. Excellent image stabilization, excellent horizon balancing, mind-blowing horizon balancing. One of the settings, I can set it so the horizon is straight. I can spin the entire camera around and you won't even see it when you watch the video. It just stays straight. That's how amazing it is. So as you can see, I'm a big fan of the DJI cameras. The 3 is awesome if you can get one still. The 4 is a great camera, and I know you can get these at the moment. And the 5 is also an excellent camera. This is state of the art. This is the flagship for DJI at the moment, and I love mine. Now, before I went to DJI Action 3 and then progressed to the Action 4 and the Action 5, I had an Action 2. In fact, I've got two of these. One of them's in my wife's car at the moment. This is the DJI Action 2, a much different beast to the 3, 4 and the 5. Still a very, very good camera, but the thing with the DJI Action 2 is that it's a modular camera, which means that the camera comes off the battery. This is what we call the screen module because it's got a screen at the front, and it goes on there. So I can, if I'm filming myself, I can see myself on that screen. The other one that I've got is just a battery module. So basically the module is just the battery. But the issue with these was that in order to get a new battery or a second battery module, you might as well just buy a second camera. And that's why I've got two cameras. The upside to these is that that part there is fully waterproof. If you look under there, you'll see a whole heap of little metallic things. When that connects to that, that transfers all the data down to here. This then plugs into a computer and you can transfer data and whatnot. But this part here, there's no access. There's no USB port, no nothing. It's fully waterproof, ideal for underwater release footage. But when fishing in the rain, it was a nightmare because this little hub here isn't waterproof. So you had to use this bit. And if this went flat and it was still raining, well, you had to put them in your bag and wait a little while for that to charge that. The power module automatically charged the camera. This wasn't a great move by DJI. This was my entry to DJI and I liked it. It felt weird having such a high camera up on top of my head on my head mount. It felt weird. It took me a while to get used to. You can see there's a 1 still painted on there in white pen. That's because the other one's got 2 written on it. There was 1 and 2. This is what I now use for my time-lapse cameras. When you see my time-lapse footage in my time-lapse videos, that's usually filmed with my DJI Action 2. And if something happens to that, well, next in line will be my Action 3. Or if I want to do 2 time-lapses, I'll use them both. I'm not sure whether you can still buy the DJI Action 2 or not. If you can, I would look past it and try and get a 3. And even then, I'm not sure whether you can get the 3 or not, but I know you can get the 4. With the Action 3, it's fully waterproof. You can use that as is. This isn't. You can only use the camera module as being waterproof. The Action 3 is waterproof and you can buy 3 batteries. You can get the Creator combo with the battery charger and the batteries in it. The 3 was a huge step up from the 2, and the 2 was a step down from the original Osmo 1, which I don't have. So DJI took a wrong turn and then they got it back on track. This is the battery module for those. If I push this, you'll see there's 2 good batteries. One's empty because this is the camera that I used to film my opening scene for this video, the DJI Action 5, and that's the battery cassette that you can charge them in. And now, I've got a story that's going to make you laugh. This is for the Action 4. I've got this when I bought my Action 4. I've had it for a couple of years and it's never let me down. This one here is for the Action 5. I've got the batteries in upside down, and I'll tell you why shortly. I only recently bought the Action 5 a few weeks ago, and within about 1 week of buying it, I killed my battery charger. I went kayak fishing at Lake Buffalo. If you look now, you'll see the green lights are flashing. It's shorting out. It's not working properly. I thought I only took 1, but I took 2, and I got one out of my little tackle box to change the camera batteries, and I saw the other one in there, and I thought, oh yeah, it's where it should be, and I closed it without realising this brand new one was on the seat of my kayak. I sat on it, it got drowned. Thankfully, the batteries still work, but this charger doesn't, and I reckon if I leave it like that, it'll flatten the batteries. So I've got to carry them upside down. Now, if you are buying one of these DJI Action cameras, I highly recommend buying the Creator combo. You can buy the camera on its own and it will come with 1 battery, but if you buy the Creator combo, which I did before I drowned it, I'll use the old one as a better example, you can get 3 batteries, a battery charger, and you get a big selfie stick, which I'll show you shortly. And it just keeps you filming all day. And another plus of the DJI 5 over the DJI 4 is that the batteries last longer. I get much, much, much more battery life out of the DJI Action 5 than I do out of the 4. And the 4 is better than the GoPros. The 4 is good. I was always happy with the battery life on the DJI Action 4. That wasn't what sold me the 5. It was the low light performance and the inbuilt memory. But I've been blown away by just how good the batteries are that come with the DJI Action 5. So My main camera that I shoot my fishing videos with is the DJI Action 5, and then I've got my old 4, 3 and 2 for other purposes. The 2 is usually my time-lapse camera. Now, what I'll do, I'll show you how I use the 2. I bought this at Camera House in Albury's, Photo Supplies Camera House in Albury. It's a ripper. Basically, that's an extension. I'll take that off. This also comes with a creator combo when you buy a DJI cameras. This is a little tripod that I bought in Albury at Photo Supplies Camera House. You can fold the legs out. They extend a little bit. And then you can use it with any camera. I've used it with my my good cameras. Also, you can fold that out and you can use it. That's got a spring loaded. You can use that to put a phone on to film with your phone. I use this for my live streams, and I film live streams on YouTube or Facebook with my phone. This is very handy, and I think it cost me about $40. It wasn't ridiculously expensive. This little magnetic, that's the DJI magnetic clip that comes as part of the creator combo. So I screw that on there, if I can get it on. Now that is how I film my time lapses. That'll only go one way. You can see that it's trying not to. It's like negative and negative. Turn it around and it clips into place. That is my time lapse. Just turn that on. That is my time lapse setup. I'll turn that off. But that is my time-lapse setup. So when I've got my time-lapse camera filming while I'm fishing, that's it right there. But I'm going to take that off now. I'm going to put all that back, and then I'm going to move on. Right, let's move on. Here is this selfie stick. This came with my DJI Osmo 5. I haven't used it yet because I've still got the one that I bought with my Osmo 4. And you get this in the creator combo. That's the best selfie stick because it's telescopic. You don't have to unscrew bits and pull them apart, and it's long. And this is what I use for my snake videos, and I'll get to my snake cam shortly. But that is also in my bag. That shares a little compartment with that, with this tripod that I just showed you before. Now, I must say right now, this video is not sponsored in any way. I just much prefer DJI over GoPro. I'm about to show you a GoPro. I used to use GoPro, but I found them to be a bit glitchy. They'd create ghost files. Sometimes you'd hit start and they wouldn't record. One day I was cod fishing and I had an epic cod buff, a lure right at my feet. I was reeling it in, poof, and I didn't get the fish, but I thought, oh well, I missed the fish, but I'm gonna get some awesome footage. I grabbed my camera off and it was frozen. I hit start and it just froze and I was ropeable. I tried to contact GoPro and the after sales service. They might as well not have any. I got steered towards a forum and I could ask questions and people growled at me for asking the same question as everyone else, and it was a nightmare. But I kept using GoPro. I couldn't afford to update at that stage. Then one day I was at Lake Hume and I cast out and I caught a big carp on a soft plastic. And I thought, you don't see that every day. That's going to make really good footage. Couldn't find the file. I know I was filming, and when I looked at the file on the back of my GoPro, my memory card said that it was half full, but there was nothing to view. Half full of what? So it's recorded it, but I couldn't find them. They were ghost files. I put them on my computer, and that's when I thought, stuff it, that's it. I'm done with GoPro. And that's when I went out and bought the DJI Action 2. And the only reason that I've upgraded throughout their models, as they've released new models, is because I like them. I've never taken a step back. Now, let's go to a GoPro. This is my snake cam. This is the same selfie stick that I just showed you, but this is my older one. Telescopic. This came from my DJI Action 4 creator combo. It's a GoPro Hero 9 and it's in a media mod. The reason I've got it in the media mod, embarrassingly, is because I've lost the door. I've lost the door off the side where you got to where you close the camera. So I can't close the camera. And because I've lost the door, I've put it in a media mod. Now it's not waterproof. So I can unscrew this screw here on the side. Now for the record, the DJI fully adaptable with GoPro mounts. You can use anything GoPro, head straps, chest mounts, or anything you can use with the DJI. But the DJI has a little magnetic clip that adapts to it. Anyway, so I've taken that out. I've got to take this, open the side door, pull the side out, and there's the end of my DJI Action, my GoPro Hero 9. And there's a memory card in there at the moment. So that's why that's in a media mod. This is my snake cam, and the reason I use this as my snake cam is because it's not waterproof. I can't put it underwater because it's not waterproof without that door that I lost. I'm sure I could buy another door, but I've got other cameras for that. I don't need to buy another door. Some of you might have seen some of my underwater footage in some of my videos. I actually totally forgot to bring that camera with me. I had every intention of bringing it. That underwater camera, that's a GoPro Hero 10. Now, ideally, I'd have the 10 on here and the 9 on the underwater camera, but I'm not going to worry about it. They both do what they're designed to do. Most of my snake videos are either filmed with my mobile phone, if I see them when I'm out and about, or if I'm going looking for snakes. This is the snake cam that I take with me so that I can video snakes because I love snakes. Now, the GoPro Hero 10 that I use on my underwater camera that I forgot to bring, that's on a little plastic tackle box full of sinkers to make it really heavy. I've used one of the really sticky mounts that you can stick to the top of the tackle box. I've put a couple of cable ties around it and tightened it so it can't come off. And I've got a rope and a float, and that's what I sink underwater to film my underwater footage. And the reason I've got the 10 is because when I bought it, the GoPro Hero 12 had just been released. And when a new model is released, sometimes the previous models, the ones that they've superseded, will drop in value. So the GoPro Hero 11 went down, and there wasn't many GoPro Hero 10s, but I found one, and I got it for under $400 if I remember rightly, so I got it at a good price. So the GoPro Hero 9 is snake cam, the GoPro Hero 10 is my underwater cam. Now remember what I said at the start of the video, you don't need to have all these cameras. One camera will do all these jobs. I'm just lucky that this is what I do for a living, and these are my tools, and I'm able to buy the cameras that I need. Now, let's have a look and see what else is in my camera bag. I've got a UHF. My wife and I have both got UHFs in our car, so when we go out the bush for the day and we have a picnic and we go fishing, I can take this with me and I can talk back to the car and let my wife know, or the kids if they're there, how far I am or how I'm tracking. Or sometimes I'll get out, I'll walk and as fishermen, you'll know sometimes it's hard to stop. Sometimes you don't want to stop fishing, you want to keep going. So I'll keep going and I'll get out on a track somewhere, then I can just call. So you got a copy, Loretta? Can you come and pick me up? I'm about 500 metres up the road, or I'm 2 or 3 kilometres up the track. So it's just handy to have if I'm not on my own. When I'm on my own, sometimes I throw it in my bag if I'm in a remote area, just in case I fall over and break my leg. I might be able to call for help if there just happens to be somebody around. But it's in my camera case there anyway. I've got this Beam 20,000 milliamp battery pack in there just to charge things on the fly. That's fully charged at the moment. Just in case I'm out the bush, my batteries go flat, I can plug in and just top things up. And I have also in here I have this little case, just a little Tupperware container. In there I've got this little Olight O-clip. I reviewed this last year. It's a ripper of a torch, and it's small, it's bright, it's magnetic. I could stick it to the sides of the walls here where there's, actually it's nearly all timber. But if it was metal, if there were metal pillars holding the roof up, I could stick it to it. But I'm sure it's got a little clip on it. I could clip it to something, no worries at all. It's a very handy little torch. I can click it up under the bonnet of my car. It's just handy to have a little torch with me at all times. In here, I've got a couple of spare memory cards, which I won't unravel. And here I've just got a little case if I want it, and a couple of little mounts and stuff like that. Now I'll put all this away. Where did I put that torch? I'll put all this away, and then I'll show you the camera that I'm filming on right now, and it is an awesome camera. Right, so you can see here my tripod, my selfie stick, DJI Action 3, 2, 4. The 5 goes in there, but I'm filming with it. My 2 memory cassettes, battery cassettes, the good one and the one that I drowned because I'm a clown. The UHF, snake cam, underwater cams at home. That's just the odds and ends, battery pack. Now, what goes in here? There's a couple of cables under there too, just in case I need them. What goes in here? This is the camera that I've been filming with. I've opened it because I'm currently holding my Osmo 5 in my hand, which is my main fishing camera, my main shooter. That goes in there. So I've already opened this and got a couple of things out, just because I know that it's going to be hard with one hand. Now the bucket. The bucket has absolutely nothing to do with anything, except other than the fact that I like my camera to be up a little bit while I'm filming. I think it makes me look a bit skinnier. Anyway, this is the camera that I use. This is the camera that I just used to film this video up until now. This is a DJI Osmo Pocket, and it is an absolute beast. I love this camera. Switch that around to turn it on, and it's facing that way. Hit this button here. Now it's facing that way. Oh, look, the green light's on, which means the microphone is still on. I forgot to turn the microphone off. See that green light across the top? That's the microphone. If I turn the microphone off, that disappears. Now, I'm going to try my best to do this with one hand, okay? That lives in there. That's just the case that it lives in. Over here, this is a wide-angle lens. I'll show you that shortly. And this is a magnetic. This goes under your shirt, and the microphone clips on through your shirt via the magnet if you don't want to clip it on in here. Now, before I go any further, I'm not sure what you get if you just buy the camera. I think you just get this bit. But because I bought the Creator Combo, I get all these other bells and whistles that I'm about to show you. And I'm going to try and put them together with one hand. Right, so I'll turn that on. We'll stand that up, maybe. In here, in the Creator Combo, we get this. This is the battery pack. So I'll put that in there. That's now plugged into the battery pack. It's making it bigger. Underneath the battery pack, if I can get it out with one hand, is a little mini tripod. So I can put that in there, and I'll try and get that up and running for you. There we go. Right, that's now on a mini tripod. I'll put that up there. Now when I filmed this bit a minute ago, I just touched that button there, and that turns it around and gets it facing me. And that's how I filmed this entire video, like that. Also in the Creator Combo is this. That's nothing, that's just like a spacer. That goes in the same as the battery pack, but it's got the little tripod hole at the bottom, the little screw. So if you don't have if you don't want to use the battery pack, you can just clip that on instead, and you can put it on the tripod. You can't put the actual unit on the tripod. You've either got to have that bit or the power pack. It's got this microphone. Now, if you look at the top here, you'll see that green line. If I turn the microphone off, 2 seconds. Microphone's off. The green light's on. DJI Mic 2 transfer disconnected. Now I'm relying, it's not recording, but if it was, it would be using the on-camera mic. But I'll turn that back on, and you'll see a little notification will come up. It syncs automatically. And that now gives me a microphone on there. Now, this magnet, this is a super strong magnet. You put that inside your shirt, and then you put this outside your shirt, and it just clips straight on. Bang. That's a very, very strong magnet, and it's taking quite a bit of force to get that off. And that just allows you to put that on your shirt like that without clipping it onto anything. And this is a little wide angle lens that goes on the front of it magnetically. So if I put this on there, you'll see me put this on here now. Now suddenly I'm filming a lot more wide angle on this screen here. I'll take that off. I should be bigger in the screen. Put that on, gives me wide angle. So if you look there, this is actually a good example. You can't see the pole on the hut on the left there. Put that on. Now it's wide enough to pick up that pole and a few other things on this side. So that's the Creator Combo. Now, if you're making fishing videos, this video was requested by somebody that wants to make YouTube fishing videos. You don't need all of this. This camera here, the DJI Action Osmo Pocket 3, I absolutely love it, but it's not a practical camera for making fishing videos. It's good for me. This is what I use for my mail time. That's what I use now while I'm recording myself filming this. This is good for my videos where I'm actually presenting to the camera. This is ideal. Up until now, I've used my really good Sony wildlife cameras with a full frame sensor. I don't need to anymore. I can use this. This is awesome if you are presenting to the camera. It has incredible face tracking. I can sit that there. All I've got to do is triple click on my face. Then as I walk around, the camera will follow me wherever I go. It's an amazing camera, But as far as filming fishing video goes, I think an Action camera is better. The best of the best, in my opinion, is the one that I'm holding in my hand, the Action 5. Or the best value one is the Action 4, because it's still a very good camera. It's just missing a couple of features that the Action 5 doesn't have. The Action 4, or if you can get it, the Action 3, they're my tips. If you want to get good quality cameras, buy one of them, a DJI Action 3, 4, or if you can afford it, a 5. Josh's Fishing, I hope this has answered your question, and anybody else that might be wondering about camera gear. I hope you found this video useful and informative. Thank you all very much for watching.